Well, that's certainly a specific scenario that each staff would experience differently. If you mean specifically what would happen with my students and with me,
Yes.
they always know why they want to do what they do. That's like a foundational question, like what's the story and how will I tell it? So they have a plan of why they think it matters, and they have a brainstorm and sources and research they've conducted. And my role is very late in that game. As the advisor, my role is, play devil's advocate when I am giving feedback on their work. So I might ask a question of, tell me why you included this, or tell me why you didn't talk to this person. I'm more like offering some questions for checks and balances to make sure that the quality of their reporting is really strong, that they don't have any holes or inaccuracies, because of course needs to be, fact-based and evidence-based and have credible sources and things like that. But anytime they're doing like high caliber work, which fortunately in our case they are, they work really hard, they've been trained and they care a lot about what they do. So when they're doing good work, then that's sort of it. They go through that process and revise and edit and post and publish and promote their piece. And it may have some dialogue afterward. It might have some comments, might get people talking. We've had many stories get people talking, especially in the past 2 to 3 years, related to the pandemic, related to racial injustice, related to gender and identity issues, or hate speech, or presidential elections. We've certainly had a lot of feedback, even just about COVID policies or things like that. But my role is to just, be the guide on the side and coach and support them. And then also, unfortunately, but it's important too, to provide them some skills and training how to navigate whatever correspondence might take place afterward. For example, a post on Instagram, if it starts to get comments, then they need help learning how to navigate that when, teenagers with a smartphone, right? Like teenagers on Instagram, the comments could get really messy pretty quickly. And so helping them to understand what their role might look like and how they want to respond, or when they choose not to respond, or why they might take something down, or why they might engage on different levels with people, and how to have that respectful dialogue as part of the feedback loop. That's a skill that really benefits them moving forward, because there's a lot of divisive issues on the table, and not everyone has training in how to engage with respectful discourse. And so we want our journalists to be on like the good side of that, right? So that's a little bit of how it plays out. But if you're wondering, like, if they have to ask permission or anything like that, that's certainly not the case. They're empowered to choose what they think is important for our audience, and then how they want to navigate that. And in the best case scenario, they ask a lot of questions along the way, because that's what I'm here for. But if I ever see that maybe they aren't asking some key questions, then I try to layer those in and just give them as much support as possible.